I've realized that it is my mission to help other moms live their best life and be the mom they always wanted to be. I'm offering coaching for moms to help them navigate the stress of parenting and find their purpose, as well as provide the support and connection they are craving. But the bottom line is, this is still about us moms reducing stress, taking care of ourselves, and redefining who we are after motherhood. If you are interested in my coaching, connect with me on Facebook at Sarah Elizabeth Severa and let's chat. If you're new here and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. Reviews and sharing by word of mouth are the best way to help your favorite podcasters get seen, and I really appreciate it. So we are on day 2 of my mini-series, The 5 Areas of Wellness, and today we are going to talk all about emotional wellness and how that can benefit you and working on your emotional health. There are 4 areas. I break it down: attitude, stress, confidence and self-worth, and passion. Enjoy. Hey, stressed out mama. Are you overthinking everything? Are you letting everything freak you out, overwhelm you, and cripple you in fear, anxiety, and stress, especially when it comes to your kids? Don't worry, so are 99% of other moms. I'm Sarah, and I am a mom just like you. I am here to give you the tips and tricks to simplify, de-stress, and unwind, because motherhood doesn't have to be so hard, and you aren't alone. Grab a cup of coffee or pour a glass of wine and join me every week as we talk all things mom. I will share personal stories, what works for me, and yes, we will even chat with other real-life mamas just like you. It's time to unwind. Hello friends, it's Sarah. I am back with day 2 of focusing on the 5 overall areas of wellness. And today we are going to talk about emotional wellness. Emotional wellness is your emotions, your feelings, what's deep inside your brain, right? So I break this down into, I think it was 4 different areas. So it's your attitude, stress level, confidence and self-worth, and passion. So we're going to start with attitude. And attitude is basically like, are you a glass half full kind of person or a glass half empty? Now, to start to work on and to train your attitude about things, you need to focus on the positives. So if you're not naturally a positive person, you're always looking at the negatives, the downsides, maybe wallowing in the situations, being the victim a lot, then we want to change this thought process and direct it in a different way to focus on the positive of things. So we all have negative emotions sometimes. It happens. It's a part of life. And learning to control those emotions, I don't want to say control in like a bad way, but to be able to recognize and acknowledge it and then flip it is going to help your overall emotional wellness. So all of these are disciplines, just like we talked about in the physical, they need practiced. And so now, again, naturally, if you're not a positive, I'm a naturally positive person, but if you're not naturally that way, you need to practice it. You need to start to realize your own, what's happening inside your own brain, and set the tools, give yourself the tools and start practicing those tools to change that. Something like if COVID and the stay-at-home order is a great example. Even positive people kind of tanked at the beginning because this is uncharted territory. And for me, I had flipped that and I was like, okay, what's coming out of this that's good? I get more time with my family. My husband's working from home, so we get to see him a lot more. He gets to spend more time with the kids. We've been doing a lot more things together. We've had to get creative and have found new things we enjoy doing. We love going on hikes and things like that. So there is a positive that is coming out of this really tough negative time. And you can choose to focus on the negative, scary part of it, or you can choose to focus on the positive side. What is good? What is coming out of this that's a good thing? And that's a choice. So you make the choice, and then you have to start to implement, okay, remind yourself of those things. Turn off the things that remind you of the negative or put you in a negative headspace. Direct your day in that way. So focusing on the positive is going to help change your attitude so that you can be a glass half full person. And overall, you're going to be happier because of it. The other thing with your attitude is having a support system and being open to being vulnerable. And so you need to acknowledge your emotions. You know, beginning of this COVID, I was really in a tough time. And again, my personality is I'm an Enneagram 4, which is the emotional personality. So I'm really tapped into my emotions. But taking those and acknowledging your emotions and being like, you know what, I'm having a bad day. I'm not in a good headspace. I'm not feeling positive about life and things and whatever. And then having those trusted sources you can talk to. A lot of times just putting your feelings out there and being vulnerable changes everything. Just saying it out loud gets it off your chest, and it makes you feel a whole lot better, and you can change then the trajectory of your day. Brene Brown, her book, what's it called? Power of Vulnerability? Something vulnerable. I'll put it in the comments, but that's kind of what she talks about, like opening up and being vulnerable. And you may not want to do it to the whole world, but having a few close-knit friends or a spouse or your mom, whoever it is for you, your dad, having that and talking about your feelings, acknowledging your feelings, and giving your feelings grace and saying, okay, today's a bad day. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to try to pull myself out of it. But ultimately, maybe you need to just chalk it up to a day and then start fresh tomorrow. And that's okay too. So give yourself that grace. Stress. Knowing your stressors, knowing what causes you stress, knowing what it feels like in your body when you're stressed, how you react to stress. Do you get really uptight and tense and yell a lot? Do you lose your patience a lot quicker? How is stress affecting you? And then how can we reduce that stress? Reducing stress, relieving the stress. So talking about it with somebody, going for a walk, eating a piece of chocolate. Guilty. Maybe your messy house. You feel like you're out of control. A lot of us, that's where stress stems from, is that we feel like we're out of control and we can't control our world. And then we get more and more stressed. And so how can we bring control back to you? Time blocking, time management. This is huge for relieving stress. Setting up your goals for the week and saying, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. This is my day. No, we don't want to be too strict to that, because especially as a mom and having kids, things go all over the place and a little chaotic, and that can cause more stress. By having a plan and knowing how you're going to navigate the week is going to help relieve that stress, because you have a sense of control, and that is part of your emotional well-being. Building confidence and self-worth. This is something that I think almost everybody probably suffers from, feels, struggles with. So how can you build that confidence? Having an intimate relationship with a trusted spouse. That's important, and that is huge to your confidence. You know, when you have somebody that's in your corner and you have this really great bond and connection, and you're focusing on that intimacy and sex, they go hand in hand. You're going to be so much more confident. You're going to carry yourself stronger. You're going to feel like you're worth it, that like you're beautiful, like you can conquer the world, right? So if that's an area of struggle and you don't have that in your life, that is something to dive deep in and say, okay, how can I have a healthy relationship? Where can I get this intimacy, and how can we work on this? So that is something that I know that my husband and I have dived into, especially after having children. You know, that kind of goes away for a little bit if you're not careful, and bringing it back and really focusing on that. And again, it's twofold. It's the sex aspect of it, but it's also intimacy can be the conversations, the connection, the physical touch, hugs. We give each other back massages every night when we watch a show. And it just is that sense of intimacy where we're connected. And then taking care of yourself physically is part of building your confidence. So I'm not going to go deep into that because that was yesterday's video. And so you can scroll down and check that out. But when you're eating right, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're moving your body and boosting your endorphins, you're getting enough sleep, you're drinking enough water, you feel better about yourself because you know you're doing the things to take care of your body. So that's another really key part of building your confidence and feeling like you have self-worth. And then the last part of emotional well-being is finding your passion. And especially as moms, it's so easy for us to, I talk about this all the time, so easy to lose your identity and who you are and what you're passionate about. You're like, yeah, I mean, I'm passionate about my kids. We're all passionate about our kids. We have to be passionate about our kids. We're set up biologically to be passionate about our kids. But there's more to you than just your kids. What are your hobbies? What do you love doing? When you're passionate about something, you're excited about something, and you dive deeper into that and you go for it, it is my passion and my mission to help you moms, because I'm at the other side of this. I saw what it was like when I was still struggling and all over the place. And when you find that passion and you have that excitement every day and that drive, and you're like, you have something else going for you and to look forward to, your emotional, all those other things are going to fall into place. You're going to start taking care of yourself. You're going to have confidence. You're going to have a more positive attitude and outlook on life. All of those things, your stress is going to be lower because you're passionate and driven about something that's important to you. Now, what's important to me and like what I'm passionate about, what you're passionate about are going to be different. So like, you can't model after anybody. Don't live somebody else's life. Don't try to live somebody else's life. Find what you're passionate about. And you may struggle with that. It took me, since almost 5. So almost 5 years to really find that. And even before having kids, I don't think I knew what my passion was yet. I hadn't gotten there. I was still trying to find it. And so be willing to take that leap and to start finding and going through the motions, because until you start doing things, you're not going to realize, oh, I'm not passionate. Like arts and crafts and being an Etsy crafty person, not my thing. Tried it, not my thing. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I tried it and realized that's not where I was. I tried blogging, not my thing. So you have to go through it. You have to dive in. You have to do it. But find what makes you excited and driven and passionate and something to look forward to. And your attitude as a whole, everything else will start to fall into place. So that is Wellness Day 2, emotional wellness and how to take care of that. Let me know if you have questions, struggles, comments. Share with me in the comment section. I'd love to connect with all of you and see what you're going through and struggling with. And stay tuned for day 3 tomorrow. Cheers, mamas.